Are you aware that certain daily habits quietly shorten your life? Most people believe only major factors harm us, such as smoking, serious illness, or severe accidents. However, the truth is that small, unnoticed habits developing as we age can cause the most damage without our awareness. Surprisingly, many of these habits aren't even recognized by most individuals. In this presentation, we'll explore 8 things that silently reduce your lifespan, small patterns and decisions that can accumulate to years lost. You might expect to hear about staying up too late, which is included as number 3. What's ranked first will likely surprise you, as it's not related to diet, sleep, or physical activity. It's something many individuals carry within themselves for decades, unaware of its harmful effects. Continue watching until the end, because I won't just identify these 8 risks. I'll explain how they impact your health, relationships, and quality of life. Most importantly, I'll share what you can begin doing today to reverse the trend. If you've ever felt like you're doing everything right, yet still not feeling optimal, or if you're simply wondering what more you can do to safeguard your body and mind as you age, this presentation will offer you a fresh perspective. Now let's begin. Number 1, suppressing emotions. You might not think your emotions could reduce your lifespan by years, but they can. Containing anger, hiding grief, pretending you're fine when you're not. These quiet habits don't just burden your heart, they gradually wear down your physical health. Over time, unexpressed feelings trigger ongoing stress responses, higher blood pressure, inflammation, and compromised immunity. Because the harm occurs gradually, most individuals never make the connection until something breaks down. Many of us were taught to be strong, to endure, or to keep feelings private. Especially men of our generation, we were taught that emotions indicated weakness. But now we understand better. Research has repeatedly demonstrated that emotional suppression reduces lifespan, comparable to smoking or insufficient sleep. It manifests as ulcers, exhaustion, heart disease, and cognitive issues. The mind and body can only carry so much silence before they begin expressing themselves through symptoms. I recall a man named Alan, 81, who lost his wife after 50 years together. He never shed tears, never discussed it, just said he was coping. But within 6 months, he had developed persistent headaches, sleeplessness, and digestive problems. It wasn't until his daughter gently encouraged him to join a small grief support group at the community center that things changed. He told me later, "I didn't realize how much I was holding in until I heard myself say it aloud." Sometimes healing doesn't start until the words finally emerge. And this applies not just to grief, but to everyday life. Being angry but not expressing it, feeling scared but pretending otherwise, carrying regret, shame, or guilt without release. These things erode you internally. They keep your nervous system activated. They disrupt sleep, impair digestion, and hinder your body's self-repair mechanisms. Emotional honesty isn't a luxury, it's essential. So what can you do? Start by noticing. When something upsets you, don't suppress it, record it. Talk to someone you trust. You don't need to transform your life into constant therapy, but you do need space to be human. Even 10 minutes of daily reflection can reduce your internal pressure, and eventually that can mean increased energy, better health, and yes, even a longer life. Expressing your feelings doesn't diminish your strength, it makes you more complete. And the more complete you are, the more years you're likely to enjoy, not merely survive. Number 2, neglecting close connections. One of the strongest predictors of longevity isn't your diet or exercise routine. It's how connected you feel to those around you. Yet as we age, it's all too easy to let relationships fade. Friends relocate, people pass away, family becomes busy. Before you realize it, you're spending more time alone than with others. And that quiet isolation, whether physical or emotional, can begin stealing years from your life. Loneliness isn't just uncomfortable, it's harmful. Researchers now compare chronic loneliness to smoking 15 cigarettes daily. It weakens immunity, increases blood pressure, promotes inflammation, and makes you more vulnerable to everything from dementia to heart disease. What makes it particularly dangerous is its invisibility. You don't have to live alone to experience loneliness. You just need to feel unseen, unheard, or disconnected. I once knew a woman named Marie, 77. She had family nearby and neighbors who greeted her, but she confessed that no one really understood her daily life. I visit the store, I smile at people, but no one really converses with me, she said. She didn't want to impose on anyone, so she kept interactions polite and superficial. It wasn't until she joined a local volunteer group just once weekly that she realized how much she'd been yearning for genuine connection. Her energy improved, her sleep enhanced. She began laughing again, and all it required was one place where she could be authentic, not just courteous. Relationships don't need perfection to be powerful. Even one meaningful connection can improve your health and extend your life. It might be a friend, a sibling, a neighbor, or someone you meet through a shared interest. What matters is presence, someone who listens, someone who cares about your difficult days, someone who reminds you of your significance. If it's been a while since you've had a meaningful conversation, not about weather, but about how you're truly feeling, reach out. Write a letter, make a call, join something small, even if initially awkward. It's never too late to rebuild your social circle. And the reward isn't just feeling better today, it's adding more tomorrows. Because connection isn't just pleasant, it's medicinal. And the more space you create for it, the more life you return to yourself. If you're still watching this presentation and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to indicate your presence. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend subscribing and activating notifications so you don't miss any presentations. Your support helps us continue creating quality content to inform and inspire you. Now let's continue. Number 3, consistently staying up late. You probably heard that sleep is important, but many people don't realize just how crucial it is. Staying up late night after night can gradually steal years from your life. We're not discussing occasional late bedtimes. We're talking about the pattern, the habit of delaying sleep to watch another episode, scroll longer, or complete tasks that could have waited until morning. Over time, this pattern quietly weakens your body in ways often unnoticed until too late. When you consistently stay up late, you're not just reducing sleep time, you're disrupting your circadian rhythm. That's the internal clock indicating when your body should rest, repair, and recover. And when that clock becomes desynchronized, everything else begins to falter. Your immune system, metabolism, memory, even your mood. Sleep isn't merely rest, it's restoration. And without sufficient amounts, especially deep early night sleep, your body deteriorates faster than it should. There was a man I once knew named Clifford, 74, who would joke that he'd sleep when he died. He stayed awake past midnight every night reading news articles, sometimes playing online card games. It seemed harmless, but over years his energy declined. He caught illnesses more frequently and eventually developed cardiac problems his doctor linked to chronic sleep disruption. By the time he attempted to fix his sleep patterns, damage had already begun. "I didn't think it mattered," he said, "until it did. And the harm isn't always physical. Poor sleep affects decision-making, concentration, and emotional resilience. You become irritable, forgetful, slower to respond. It erodes the mental sharpness and calm needed to navigate life effectively. And eventually, that makes everything seem more difficult. If you habitually stay up late, you needn't overhaul everything immediately. Start small. Try moving bedtime earlier by just 15 minutes. Turn off screens an hour before sleeping. Use softer lighting evenings. Your body wants to sleep. It's programmed to heal during that time. You just need to provide appropriate conditions, And remember, sleep isn't wasted time. It's one of your most powerful tools to protect your brain, heart, and lifespan. The earlier you sleep, the more time your body has to restore what daily activities depleted. It's not optional, it's essential. And when you honor it, your body reciprocates. Number 4, skipping regular checkups. Many people reach a certain age and begin thinking, I've lived this long, I must be doing something right. While partially true, this can become problematic. Skipping medical checkups because you feel fine might seem inconsequential, but that decision could quietly cost you years. By the time you notice symptoms, conditions may already be advanced. That's what makes this so dangerous. It's not the symptom you detect, it's the silent problem you don't. After 60, your body changes more rapidly than you realize. Blood pressure increases more easily. Bones weaken. Vision alters. Certain cancers develop silently without early warning signs. And while many of these issues are manageable when detected early, they can become life-altering or even fatal if left undiagnosed. A brief examination could mean the difference between simple treatment and major intervention. I once met a man named Leonard, 76, who hadn't consulted a doctor in over a decade. I hate hospitals, he said. I'm not going unless something's broken. But one day he collapsed while walking his dog. It turned out he had undiagnosed diabetes and dangerously low blood pressure. His condition was treatable, but the delay made recovery more difficult than necessary. If I'd just gone in sooner, he told me, this wouldn't have frightened my family so severely. Checkups aren't just about detecting illness. They provide peace of mind. A simple blood test can reassure you. A basic cardiac scan might reveal early risk. An eye examination can prevent falls. These appointments aren't excessive. They demonstrate self-respect, and they're also expressions of love. Because when you maintain your health, you're also caring for those who depend on you. Your spouse, children, friends. You're saying, I'm still engaged. I still value my future. That message matters more than you realize. So don't wait until something feels wrong. Prevention is quiet, but so is danger. Schedule the appointment. Ask questions. Get screenings. You needn't be excessive. You just need to remain aware. Because regarding health, what you don't know truly can harm you. If you're still watching this presentation and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to indicate your presence. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend subscribing and activating notifications so you don't miss any presentations. Your support helps us continue creating quality content to inform and inspire you. Now let's continue. Number 5, sitting too long daily. You might consider sitting harmless, but actually excessive sitting can gradually diminish your health like a slow leak unnoticed until damage occurs. Even if you exercise once daily, extended periods of sitting, especially in one position without breaks, can increase your risk of heart disease, diabetes, blood clots, and even premature death. Worse still, you often don't perceive the damage until years later. Modern lifestyle revolves around sitting. We sit to eat, we sit to read, we sit to rest, watch, wait. But human physiology wasn't designed for immobility. It was designed for movement. And when your body remains inactive too long, circulation slows, metabolism decreases, and inflammation increases. That combination can silently affect every bodily system, from brain to bones. I remember a man named Glenn, 79, who took pride in his daily walk around the block. But besides that, he spent most days in his recliner, watching news, playing solitaire, dozing. Eventually, his ankles began swelling, blood sugar levels increased, and he felt increasingly lethargic. His doctor explained, "It's not just about the walk, it's about your body's activity during the other 23 hours. The solution needn't be dramatic. You don't need marathons or gym memberships. Just stand hourly, stretch your arms, walk around your home, do heel raises at the sink. Even light activity can help reactivate circulation and protect joints and muscles. These minor movements, frequently repeated, provide real protection. Also, be mindful of environments promoting immobility. Your favorite chair offers comfort, certainly, but if it keeps you stationary for hours continuously, it might be quietly draining your vitality. Establish a rule. After every meal, take several steps. During television viewing, stand during commercials. Set reminders on your phone or notes on your wall. Your body needs gentle encouragement and will appreciate every instance. Staying active isn't about youth, it's about longevity. And the more you move, the longer and stronger your life becomes, not just in duration, but in quality. Because movement, regardless how minimal, affirms continued participation in life. And it's never too late to begin. Number 6, eating while distracted. For most of us, mealtimes were once events, something requiring attention, focus, perhaps shared with others. But gradually those boundaries blurred. Television remained on, phones appeared at tables, meals became rushed or secondary to other activities. When this occurs frequently enough, eating becomes automatic and problems begin. When eating without attention, your body becomes confused. You chew faster, swallow more air, and often consume more than realize. You don't properly register fullness, don't taste food properly, and lose awareness of your body's actual needs. This mindless eating pattern frequently leads to weight gain, blood sugar fluctuations, poor digestion, and long-term metabolic problems. Not because food is necessarily unhealthy, but because eating mindlessly disconnects you from bodily awareness. I once met a woman named Teresa, 73, who gained nearly 20 pounds over 2 years. She avoided fast food and didn't snack excessively, but had developed the habit of eating meals while watching television daily. "I barely remember finishing most meal," she admitted. When she began turning off the television and eating at the table again, something changed. She ate more slowly, felt satisfied sooner, and began losing weight without changing her menu. Mindful eating needn't be complicated, just slower and more present. Take moments to observe your food, smell it, chew thoroughly, set utensils down between bites, assess hunger midway through meals. These brief pauses restore awareness and support your body's natural signals, indicating sufficient consumption. Another aspect exists. Intentional eating benefits not only physical health, but emotional well-being. When meals receive your complete attention, your brain registers, "This matters, I matter." That shift reduces stress, improves digestion, and transforms eating from mere refueling into nourishment. So if meals have become rushed activities, reclaim them. Eliminate distractions. Sit down, even briefly for 10 minutes. Enjoy your food. You'll be surprised how quickly your body responds and how much more energy and mental clarity you experience throughout the day. If you're still watching this presentation and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 6 below to indicate your presence. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend subscribing and activating notifications so you don't miss any presentations. Your support helps us continue creating quality content to inform and inspire you. Now let's continue. Number 7, living with constant noise. You might not consider noise a health concern, but continuous background noise can gradually affect your body in unexpected ways. Whether it's television playing continuously, traffic outside your window, or even appliances humming in the background, your brain and body register every sound, even subconsciously. Chronic noise maintains your nervous system slightly activated, like an engine never fully deactivated. Your heart rate remains elevated, your blood pressure gradually increases, your sleep becomes lighter, and eventually this subtle tension accumulates. It can cause fatigue, anxiety, concentration difficulties, and increased heart disease risk. Because it feels normal, most people never realize how much better they could feel without it. I knew a man named Samuel, 78, who kept his television operating from morning until night. Just for company, he explained, but he often felt tense, experienced headaches, and couldn't sleep through nights. His doctor found nothing specific. Then during a power outage, he spent an evening in silence. It was the first time in years my head felt clear, he told me. Afterward, he began turning off the television for several hours daily. He began sleeping more deeply. His blood pressure improved, and he resumed reading for pleasure. Noise needn't be loud to be harmful. It merely needs to be persistent. And when your ears and brain never experience respite, your entire system begins deteriorating. That's why quiet periods are crucial, not just during sleep, but waking quiet. Time without conversation, without humming, without background distraction. Time for bodily reset. Try this. Select 1 hour daily when everything becomes silent. No television, no phone. Allow quiet to fill the space. If possible, step outside and listen to natural sounds. Birds, wind, your breathing. These moments allow your nervous system to relax. They signal safety to your body. You can rest now, and eventually they protect your heart, mind, and longevity. You needn't live in complete silence, but you need space for stillness, because just as muscles require recovery after exertion, your brain needs recovery from sound. And that quiet might be precisely what helps you hear what your body has been attempting to communicate. Number 8, always keeping lights on at night. It might seem harmless to keep hallway lights on, fall asleep with television glowing, or leave lamps illuminated overnight. But these minor habits can quietly disrupt your health. Your body follows natural rhythms, an internal clock indicating when to sleep, wake, and heal. That rhythm depends on light and darkness. And when you blur distinctions between night and day, your body suffers. Artificial nighttime light, especially blue light from screens or bright bulbs, confuses your brain. It signals your body that daylight continues, delaying melatonin production, diminishing sleep quality, and disrupting hormonal balance. Eventually, this disruption affects everything from metabolism to immune function. It has even been associated with higher rates of cancer, heart disease, and diabetes, not because of light itself, but because of light's effect on your internal clock. I once met a woman named Linda, 80, who experienced sleep difficulties for over a decade. She assumed it was aging-related, but during a wellness seminar, she learned about circadian rhythm disruption and decided to make one small change. She began turning off all artificial lighting by 9 p.m. and replaced her bedside lamp with a softer amber bulb. Within 2 weeks, she began falling asleep faster and staying asleep. Her mood improved, her digestion enhanced, and she remarked, "I didn't know how exhausted I was until I finally rested properly." Sleep isn't just about time spent in bed. It involves signals your body receives beforehand. If your brain perceives daylight continuation, it won't release chemicals necessary for relaxation. And repeating that pattern for years allows damage to accumulate, quietly draining energy, mental clarity, and even time from your life. For protection, start small. Dim lights an hour before bedtime. Use warm, soft lighting. Avoid screens or use blue light filters. Cover electronic displays. Make bedrooms as dark and quiet as possible. If night lights are needed for safety, choose red or amber, not white or blue. Your body thrives on rhythm. Honoring that rhythm provides the best opportunity for healing, restoration, and strengthening with age. Because quality sleep isn't merely restful, it's regenerative. And providing your body with true darkness might be one of the most unexpected yet powerful gifts supporting a longer, healthier life. Final reflections. As we conclude this presentation, consider which of these 8 habits may have subtly entered your own life. Were you surprised by what ranked higher or lower than expected? For many individuals, late nights or missed checkups receive attention, but often the invisible patterns, like suppressed emotions or excessive noise, carry the greatest impact. Fortunately, none of these habits are permanent. Each one can be changed, and the moment awareness develops, power shifts. That's when your time, energy, and health begin returning to your control. So, which will you address this week? Perhaps reconnecting with someone you've lost touch with. Perhaps turning off lights earlier, or finally scheduling that postponed medical appointment. These changes needn't be enormous to be significant. Small steps yield substantial results, especially when implemented consistently with care. You deserve longevity, certainly, but more importantly, you deserve quality. Clear, connected, peaceful, and purposeful. These 8 habits may have been depleting you without permission, but now you recognize them, meaning you can stop them. Thank you for joining us today. We welcome your feedback. Comment below sharing something you learned today and how you plan to apply it. Your thoughts matter to us, so please share them. Reading your comments provides great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this presentation and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating quality content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in our next presentation.